The theme here you can see on the screen is, holiday traffic is expensive, but the bigger risk is paying for that traffic and losing the shopper, right? Since every single product page is going to be driving, obviously activity, behaviors, and it's expensive if you're not converting on those. And so today we're going to focus on practical ways to make your PDPs pop, make them more complete, more trusted, better prepared for how shoppers, especially in today's day and age, increasingly with AI tools, discover and evaluate against their purchasing decisions, this holiday season. But I think what we're seeing a shift over the last couple of years is really there's a mobile first strategy, right? That needs to be put into place. Promotion sensitive, mobile first. It's obviously a continued trend that we're seeing more and more purchasing decisions being made on mobile than ever before. And so obviously, as we get into it, no surprise, but just a sneak peek, we're going to be talking about how to make sure your PDP is mobile first ready, right? And so mobile is forcing brands to simplify the story, right? You have to simplify the story. In addition to that, AI is a real referral layer. We had a very similar presentation last year around the same time for 2025. I think we touched on AI a little bit, but nowhere near what we're going to talk about today because so much has changed over the last 12 months. And so really you have to think about AI discovery, right? It's adding a new referral layer. Assistants need to receive clean data and trustworthy data that can signal to the shopper or the user to recommend confidential, and then really PDPs are now influencing three audiences. And I just mentioned this before, around the shopper, the retail search algorithms, and the AI assistants, right? Shoppers need fast, confident information, benefits, images, reviews, the same thing that many of you are populating today. Algorithms now need a clean taxonomy more than they ever have before, especially in the individual retailer algorithms that are running within Amazon, within Walmart, Target, etc. They need clean identifiers, they need variants, they need attributes, and they need availability, right? In order to drive that and make sure the shopper is able to identify very quickly what they're looking for. And then to top it all off around all of this, it's right, it's what, is probably one of the top ways that I purchase on PDPs today, and that's review content. It's Q&A. Is it answering my question? Is the ratings and reviews helping my AI searches and shoppers understand the real world fit that I'm trying to apply it for? And so what we're going to spend the next several slides on is how to leverage ratings and reviews to really drive that.
But to give you an idea of what that means in numbers, 96% of people right now are saying that their number one factor for purchasing an item is the ratings and reviews. And the important thing there is to make sure that three things. One, you have enough volume to bring that trust factor into it. The way that ratings and reviews work for a potential customer is that they're validating what you're saying in the rest of the PDP with actual users that have bought that product. So it's validating everything that you're saying in the other part of your PDP, right? So enough volume is really important. Recency is another one, and we'll talk about it in the next one in a second, but we're talking about 30 to 90 days of fresh content for those reviews, and then the quality and credibility of it, right? So it's not only about a review saying it's a great product and having no other context in there, but having additional things, additional descriptions from the customers that bought it, so that it can, again, validate that purchase that the person is going to do. And then questions and answers is another thing that we can add to the ratings and reviews, where people can ask questions and you can select a couple ways to address that. If you have the bandwidth and your customer can actually, your team can actually answer those, they should go to your team for expert answers on those. You can also open it to the community. Other people that have bought might be able to answer that, and it shows engagement from those other consumers that already bought your product. So one of our biggest solutions there is our sampling product. So we are able to sample most products that you would sell out there, and we have done that specifically for a lot of our clients. So we do have a lot of experience in how to sell those, and it does generate new content for that PDP. And it'll make sure that you're not just providing like empty information, but that there's actual validation and proof into those.
So what we call out here is start with the top 20. Start with the top 20 holiday SKUs, or top holiday SKUs that you're expecting to drive the most traffic. Whether it's new items, it's bundles, it's exclusives, it's under reviewed items that you feel like could do really well this holiday season that you can really beef up with additional reviews. Take a look at those and really focus in on those for the first part of this to make sure that you're using your time wisely.